seam all the way, this pin tuck seam all the way down the leg. So if you're interested, we'll give you the item number. They're boot cut. So is this top, which again, I'm in love with, but it's not necessarily in the show. But I might have time to flash it your way. All right, so here is where we go next. Sale today for something that normally is over $70 with tax and shipping. This is 100% cotton, 100% cotton. These are all applique. Now stay with me here. At first glance, you're probably thinking eyelet lace, but notice the absence of holes. So this is not a lace, but this is using applique and embroidery to conjure the idea of lace. You have colors. This is our heather. And then I do want to say, if you at all, where is it? If you at all want to use this instead of a shirt, but more so as a shirt jacket, a shacket, here's the heather tank from earlier, $39. Layer it under this, keep it all unbuttoned. Adorable. Also, brilliant white. Also, look at the sleeve. Just an adorable little elasticated, like cute, more than a cap. All of the appliques, these little daisies, are sewn on front and back, but they're only sewn on from the center, like stamen point. I think that's what you call the center of a flower. So all of the petals are freewheeling. It's just, I think it's extremely sweet. And I personally would wear this as an answer to a jacket, a shacket, probably more even than I would as a blouse. But it's so funny. I don't really love a lot of lace. And I don't know why that is. I just think sometimes I feel like it looks a little kind of old school for my quirky sense of style. And I just got home, speaking of, a Susan Graver lace button front blouse like this a couple weeks ago. And so I feel like the fresh new way designers are approaching, not that this is lace, but it's inspired by it. Those little appliques, I really think that looks like something you would see in Anthropologie. Because it's got that kind of like vintage, rustic, sweet. Also pointing out, love that it too is collarless, like that bomber jacket. I love it because I think you can get so much more out of it. The collar, what's it going to be? A point collar, a notch collar? That suddenly, in some ways, makes this cute little top a lot more traditional. And so I love exactly how she executed this. But today, it came down in price. It is on your screen, an easy pay that will flash back up. And when it does, I will tell you what it is. $17. There you go. $17 and change. So that's a little bit more than 50 cents a day. I also want to point out, which I didn't say this before, this comes with it. It's this like poly satin woven little shell. And that's really important because obviously with something breezy and lightweight like this, you probably would want to wear a foundational piece anyway. And I love that Nicole gives you the one that you need with this. So you have total opacity. You never worry about the see-through. This is all 100% cotton, which is just a beautiful story because cotton has that really unique dry hand. And I do think it lends itself nicely when you do these more rustic or throwback, vintage inspired pieces in cotton. Because I feel like old school, old fashioned cotton is just like the way to get the most out of a look like this. But I think the appliques are darling. And like this with your own little tank top over, the jeans I'm wearing, adorable. So anyway, heather and brilliant white. Heather is the most limited. We have just 380 to go around. All right, we don't have time for a couple of the following.